Hello everyone, SpeeDMan here, and we are back with part 8 of our Let's Learn Civilization 6 Germany run. So where we last left off, we got some more work done here. We finished off that barbarian camp here, that little outpost, and that's perfect. We're going to hold this guy here, just keep an eye on what's around. We shipped our, little armada, our frigate armada over, so we have now +1 movement for that tile, or for that particular unit, and they're just hanging out over in this part of the map here. We're going to just have them take a quick look in the north just to make sure it's not totally closed off. It most likely is, but we wanted to put ourselves in a better position, so we're just wanting to keep an eye on that just in the off chance that we can rotate around. There isn't very much that we can put down that would be very strong. We want to first focus a little bit more on some aspects of our growth. So this city, it's a good city, but could be much better. So that's going to give us 8 production. That's an incredible amount of production. We are 4 turns out, so we're going to go with 1 more turn of this, and that'll let us get that settler going without having to worry about losing the population there. So positioning is good. I'm not worried about that wonder. This city is ready to get started. Perfect. So we'll first do harbor into Hansa, get to 4 population, do the science here, and then we'll go ahead and get started and set up with our next city eventually. And that'll be really critical for our growth. Okay. We'll keep working west or east there. We already got this guy going. We'll just keep an eye on this guy so that way we can just protect this area. We are in a good position here to go ahead and eventually get another Hansa going. A Hansa here would be pretty good because of the resource adjacency bonus. The +2 there isn't bad, but the problem is that if we put a +2 there, it's going to be very limited. We can't put anything around here. Put something there, we could put more stuff around here, and that would actually give us a benefit. Problem is if we settle something on this, the issue that we're going to run into immediately is we're going to lose adjacency value of the city here. So, gonna have to be wary of that. We did get something for Fez. That's good. So. Not a bad position for us. Holding on to the suzerainty of a couple of these city-states is going to help us a lot. So we're doing A-okay. Now here, we can get started here. First things first, have our Hansa set up. Have our harbor set up. And the city's going to be slow growing at first, but it's going to provide us with a really strong growth income here. We'll want to go ahead and just get that going. Get us a little bit of food. We can also consider, instead of going heavy on this stuff here, getting another mine going here would be really strong. That would actually be very beneficial for us. So Aachen got done with that, so we can go ahead and we'll pick that up. It'll give us banking and also give us an envoy in Valletta. So did not have to work for that too much. We are going to want to go along this route so that way we can get a governor title and we can get skyscrapers. The good thing is that in this position here, we'll go ahead and let's get back to work on the settler. He'll get in there before the settler is done, so that's perfect. So we don't lose the pop, and then we can settle him back into the capital. The capital then is just going to supercharge because of in a couple turns I'll be picking up this. So the city receives production from all nearby industrial zone buildings with regional bonuses, not just the first. So I'll just stack that, and that'll really provide me with a very nice amount of bonuses here. What we're going to go ahead and do is, in this position here, we could probably build, another farm here. Wouldn't hurt to just have a little bit more food production here, just to keep us competitive. Okay, so we've met Teddy Roosevelt.
Welcome to the United States of America.
And that is the, yep. So that is everybody. What we'll do is, Magnus, you will take vertical integration. And see where our position is shifted. So now where we are, you know, this is the whole part of the world. So now this is like actually what the world should look like. Let's continue exploring. Seeing if we can maybe find a science city state. You know, if we do, we dump usage into that. Our settlers are done, you know. So that utility is over. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and put down campus district adjacency bonuses. It's going to give us a little bit more science. It's not much, but it's just we need that little bit of growth right now. It's going to help us a lot. Let's go ahead and start shipping our way down south. Just trying to get any information about what else is around us. There may be a science city state for us to pick up. Since he has so much science, there's a good reason for that. Do have a trader. We'll go ahead and get him started and sent over here to like one of these cities here. Frankfurt would just give us production. I actually kind of want a good bit of everything here, so it would make more sense to have that go to somewhere like there. Have you go to here. Good, so campus is done. We're going to go ahead and just keep working up our science per turn. You know, he's going to be the science victory problem here. So we're going to need to really kind of start scouting out where he is, getting to where we can take care of the rocket, you know, the spaceports, and just do what we can to deny him the science victory. Of course, Gorgo is putting that down. What we want to do is, okay, so this is excellent. So that itself is going to be very powerful. First things first, where did it get taken? Perfect. Let's say, okay, to here. That has nothing, that has nothing, and that has a workshop. So it'd probably be this guy here. And that's in Berlin. So that has 32 production. 40 production, and also is going to provide this city with pretty strong means of production as well, so that's perfect. Really don't want to be having to put additional uses into this, so Gorgo is kind of being annoying here. I need that culture right now. At this stage of the game, it's critical that I have culture. It's going to take a long time. What we want to do is probably consider, you know, maybe picking up like a water mill. And then, you know, saving gold for granary, and that'll, you know, granary actually is probably not necessary, so we'll pick up like a monument. So that's perfect. Our settler is almost at our destination. And I'll go ahead, have you head to here. That's a very high value tile that'll just allow us a lot of benefits, so might as well make action of it. Yes, so that's another science city state, perfect. Construct an encampment. Of course, Teddy has a fuckload put into that. So that's good. That's very, very good. So he's in a very losing war right now. But positioning-wise is we are going to be a bit closer to being competitive. Excellent. So once we connect this area here, try to get this unit sent over here, and then we'll be able to have circumnavigation of the globe. Or 11 turns out from that, so it's going to take a little bit for this next era. 12 turns away from getting this done. let's go ahead and just see if we can boost this up a little bit, get this done a little sooner. Good, so that got done. You are going to go ahead and we're going to reassign you back to Aachen, to the main city here. Now what we're going to do is take you down to here. That way we can apply ourselves. Good positioning. Okay, so there isn't really anything we could do to get us more production at this stage. We're just more growth limited by population than anything. So in order to fix that, we'll eventually want to get a harbor set up here, and that'll help us along. We're not going to have access to that. The harbor would be decent. It would give us a little bit, but it wouldn't do very much for us. It'd make more sense to, since we have Taj Mahal being constructed, to put that down here. Also, let's go ahead and repair that for a turn, and then get Taj Mahal going. And that'll potentially give us just a little bit more to work with, so that's fine. This is going to establish in a few turns. Let's go ahead and just start working on great works of art here, trying to get our culture going. 28 per turn, jeez. Yeah, so it's a bit ballooned. That's why we want to definitely try to take control of some stuff while we can. The thing is that he's at war with somebody, so it would take a hell of a lot of work for us to catch that, but could mean potential, potential combat back to science for us. It'll just give us enough culture per turn to help us kind of keep a little closer to where we want to be. It's really what we need right now. You know, we have to really focus on being competitive in that regard. A little bit of gold per turn, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and have you buy that, and you're gonna go up to here, and we're just gonna make another campus. We need to really focus on getting campuses up and running. Then we'll probably put down like a commercial hub or something here. So I'm the only one that knows Venice still, so that's good. I'm going to continue to make use of that. Eventually, once we have plenty of banks up and running, then it'll be really positive for us. Just right now, there isn't very much we could do. Let's keep getting our science and culture up. We're starting to get more competitive with most of the AI. He's already running away with science, so what we'll do is, as we really get our production in line with what our target is, good, so Bremen is done. Go ahead, have you get started here. And let's get open borders with Poland here. Good. And we'll head over here. So she has plenty of potential coastal cities, so probably 2 or 3 coastal cities that we can raid. So that's good. We'll just keep heading on south here. Shipyard is done, so we have 49 production in this city. That is excellent. Let's go ahead and get this stuff started here. This city here, +4. Let's keep getting more information about what's around us. Let's just take you back here for a second. This city, and then let's go ahead and that'll be +1. It's gonna be some +1s. Yes, that's okay. What we'll probably want to do is in this position here, could probably get a Hansa down. Maybe a Hansa here. Like a +1 would be maybe a little better. Also, just getting any science district down would actually be very beneficial at this game state, because we want to kind of catch up as much as possible. We're not going to be able to catch up with him directly, but we're going to want to have the infrastructure in place so that way we can combat against some of that growth. Yeah, the more spies that we have, the better. So picking up more spies would allow us a good bit of potential means to kind of limit him from the science victory, because he'll just outright go for that. We are going to, let's see here. We are definitely going to want to get this fishing boat improvement. It may be better that we get this earlier. Reason being is so that way we have access to the fishing boat improvements. Getting a couple envoys would help, because we would definitely want to get the envoys put into Geneva sooner than later. Constructing encampment, that's not really going to happen. So what we're going to want to do is kind of be in a position where we can just go ahead and just dump in some envoys and really get that value as early as possible. Here, you know, it's kind of limited. There's not very much I could do, and obviously the production here is so low in this city, being such a small city, so not very much I could do at the moment. What we will want to do is probably, with this city, continue getting more of these tiles converted into farms. It's just, 5 food right here is just too damn good. So we'll want to consider doing that. Have you go here and just get this production going here. So I think about being a coastal city with not very many tiles to work off of. It'll be more of just an offshoot city to provide a little bit of an added bonus to this. Muscat, so that's good. Okay, so 9 turns, the industrial era ends. We'll make a mine there. That'll give us 2 food, 4 production, 3 gold. So that's going to give us 4 production and 3 gold profit. And we're also getting another amenity, so that's going to help the city along too. We'll go ahead and just remove those 2 now that we have those already being worked on. Unit needs orders. We do have some uses left on this guy, so what we're going to do is go ahead, just get a mine going here. That would also be an excellent mine for us. Let's go ahead and get this going. That's going to give us a ton more coal per turn. We need that right now. And then what we're going to do is we're probably going to eventually get the coal power plant in their capital, and that's going to really take us over the top. Once he settles in, that's really going to be where we grow a lot more. It's going to take us a long time, so what we're going to want to do is probably get, this going first, and then get the other stuff afterwards. So we have, access to some pretty good stuff in this, so let's go ahead and get the university going. There's another religious civ, or city-state, don't really care. Doesn't look like there's very much else for us to pick up here, which is okay, it's to be expected, but we just want to kind of explore, we played a very isolationist game here, so it makes it a lot harder for us to get more competitive with where we want to be. And that's okay. That's just unfortunately the nature of it at this stage of the game. It's difficult to work our way back, but we will work over here and get closer to him. I mean, sure, I'll take, that's a pretty substantial amount of oil. This is perfect. What we can do now is over here. You are now done with the market, so we can access another bank. More gold per turn would help. I'd like to get this city properly going. That way we can get where we want to be growth-wise. And then Frankfurt. I want you to own this tile. That way we can chop that tile out. Let's go ahead and just pick up a monument. Wouldn't hurt to have some monuments around these areas too. So, new era in 7 turns. That's going to take 8 turns. So, let's see here. 14 production would give us a lot though, so that would save us potentially a turn or 2. But it's going to take 1,200 gold, and we have 600, so in a few turns we'll be able to pick that up. That'll give us, let's see, once we have that, we'll get some points off of that, and also from the Wonder. This is kind of a tough call here. University is just going to take way too long, so let's go ahead and just work on a monument. Just keep amping up our civ here, and then try to pick up a couple more cities, and then we'll have really the kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll have 14 soon. And then by end game, I want us to be at like 17, 18 cities, and then we'll really be able to start like conquering stuff. So we'll go ahead and make our corporation here. That's perfect. That is a what yield tile? Yield 11 production, 6 food, and 4 gold. So pretty insane tile. It's very powerful. Yeah. I mean, a Hansa here actually may be the best idea because of like just where else I have options, you know, or it's pretty damn limited. We will want to actually go ahead and probably get a commercial hub here and then a Hansa. Since we have those two things, we have access to those two things. We'll just go ahead and work on the campus and the other stuff too. That'll give us a ton of production as well. Let's see here. Food growth is limited, so we are going to want to go ahead and see once we have the harbor, we can pick up food growth, so that's not a problem. So we'll go ahead and just let that kind of carry on. We'll take those two off. We will chop that. Corporation in the world, so that's going to give us 4. We could actually potentially pull off a golden age here, and a golden age actually may be our kind of... No, actually, I'm not going to give you that because I have 0 use for that, and I'm going to have use for oil soon, so no. Strong no. Own 3 musketmen. Well, I don't know if this counts as 2. But +1 here. Yeah, we definitely need to boost our economy up though. Gold-wise, we really need to work on that. It's not going to have any points to it, but that's fine. I'd rather get some just raw science right now. We just need to really boost our science output as much as possible. We've got 144 culture per turn, so we're competitive in line in culture, so we're okay there. But science, we need to really, like by turn, like 215, we need to probably be at like 160 plus minimum. So that means like here, we're going to need to build like, you know, a good university here. I want to take you over here, get you set up so that way we can eventually take over some cities. The more cities that we take over and really start developing like a proper attack for, better. We'll first have to target Poland. We're just going to take this. Since you want to do some damage to us, we're just going to go ahead and just say fuck it. Okay, so that's going to be an issue though, because losing that lost me a good few envoys. It would be nice if you can get your envoys back from that. It's unfortunate the game doesn't do that. But yeah, whatever. The hell happened here? Okay, it looks like I've got some serious I'm lucky that, you know, this guy happened to get out of there in time, but it's pretty fucking painful. Let's go ahead and bug you guys out. We're just going to take the free builder. Might as well, you know. Campus is already complete, so let's go ahead and get that started. You know, and then we really need to get this. Yeah. If we can get this, I think we should be able to pull off the Golden Age. And that'll be really good for us. So we're going to be getting more culture per turn soon, more science per turn soon. That's good. We're 8 away from that. Let's continue just to check out these areas. Kind of cut through here. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but I'd actually rather I'd rather go ahead and bug them out here. Get a plantation here, and that'll help us grow just a little bit more. We are very close to having required amount of gold. So we can actually make a pivot here to pick up that. Wouldn't hurt anyways because we can get some upgrade cost reduction here, and that would help. That's 3 turns. We might as well go ahead and just do a quick pivot there. Pick that up. It's a few turns away. It will also give us a nice little quick upgrade here. So we are 3 turns away from the next era. Let's go ahead and buy the coal power plant. It's going to make that 3 turns. And then we will want to make a little bit more gold and then potentially see if we can get a I'm banking on this working, because if I can pull this off, this would be ideal for us. That hurts us a little bit. Just keep exploring. Basically trying to rush out as much development as possible, as quickly as possible. That way we can catch the AI. Teddy's going to be running away with the science victory, but let's see, how much time do we have left on that? Good. So he hasn't actually started his spaceport, so that's actually very critical for us. That's going to give us a little bit of time to work off of. Once he builds a ton of spaceports, that's going to be a big problem, because then he could just blast through all of the upgrades that he needs. Doesn't upgrade, it doesn't change the turn. That's unfortunate. We did try. That's gonna go, okay, only down 1 turn, 1 per turn. Yeah, we tried. There wasn't very much more that we could do in that situation too either. Like, could have made a pivot earlier. That's alright. We do have 2 envoys, so we're gonna go ahead and just, let's go ahead and consider... we're gonna lose a lot of adjacency bonus here. Let's go ahead, take that off. Go to that. Pick up that. Go 2 into that. Give us a little bit more science per turn. That'll help. A couple turns, we'll be able to switch out governments anyway, so we're okay. Then we're gonna go. Let's see here. I mean, neighborhoods are nice and all, but we have plenty of housing still, so we're okay. Stock exchange wouldn't hurt. 3 product slots. We'll have to actually consider that as an option. 30% science yield, so once this city has our science going and up and running, we'll really start to allow us to pick up a little bit more science, so that'll help. We're 11 turns off that anyways, so I feel like a factory would be a good idea here. And anybody that had spies that, besides a Monitor and him, now just lost all their spies in my city, so now I can do that as a preventative measure, not have to worry about potentially getting, a major problem forming, So, that works. Go ahead and boost up our production and food just a little bit, and then what we'll do is we will make a good mark towards these. So that's no problem. Aqueduct here would provide another, that would actually end up being 4. It's pretty damn good. Ah, man, if I could have saved 1 turn, that would have been pretty huge. Alright, so Frankfurt. Let's go ahead and get that going. Let's get some spies, or not spies, but let's get a ton of traders going. Catch us up in that regard. And let's go granary. And we are now in the new era. So this has been a bit of a longer episode, about an hour long for this episode. This one is carrying like a nice crescendo into our late game here. You know, we're picking up a good amount. So by, like turn 215, our goal was to try to get a good bit more science. We are very much in check for that. We're getting a little bit better. Science and culture is definitely competitive with a lot of the AI here. America's taken off, of course. They're very much way ahead. That's okay. We're going to actually continue pushing against that and setting up a bunch of spies to limit his science victory.
Did you ever build a castle in the air?
Good, so Taj Mahal is finally done.
For a machine to run smoothly and predictably,
We avoided a
we shall
dark
not
age.
cease
Yeah,
from
no, we were
exploration.
actually trying not to avoid a
And the
dark age.
end
We were
of
trying to
all
get
our
a fucking
exploring
golden age, but
will be
that's
to
okay.
arrive where we started.
That's fine. Let's see, where is that actually? Berlin? Actually, I'd rather take you down somewhere over here to like Lubeck or Lubeck. Man, I can't believe we just missed the era, dude. That's so frustrating. We were so close. So close. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not really gonna get us anything because we're not really ready for war yet. Maybe that, I guess. Good, so we at least have more to work with here. Actually, that wouldn't hurt. Then taking that and getting that instead would be better. And then all of these are going to be pretty solid for us, so we'll just keep those. Keeps our science in check. We're back up to 190 gold per turn. So that's better. Yeah. It's pretty brutal, dude. That we were very close to a golden age. A golden age here would have been absolutely like best case scenario, but that's okay. It is what it is. We are going to probably want to consider, let's see here, that's 10 more science, more construction, or more production here. Let's say probably this would make a lot of sense here. Because then we could do this with our trade routes here, and all our trade routes are just going to get super amplified. So that'd be good. Yeah. I definitely need to do something about getting upgrades. A frigate going into like a battleship would be ideal here. Battleship Armada would be, it's only coal too, so we can totally do that. Because that's, let's see, that's 70 combat strength, right? A frigate is 55, so that would really, that would be a super, like, heavy hitting unit. So that's good. So we'll hold on to that. We're back up to 200 gold per turn, so that's, it's reasonable. We'll get a little bit faster food growth here in this city. We'll go ahead and put you to alert. You go ahead and just take the best overall growth setup here. Plus, we'll be able to get a little bit of trade route movement around here, so that's fine. Go ahead, do that. Very little production here, so we're going to want to go ahead and pick up, where is it? It's not steam power, although yes, that would help. Ironclads are good. Overall good position. I mean, this is really key though. Of course, like right when I'm about to get a ton of value from all the farms, I get a major drought that kills all of them. Like, that's like the literal worst, dude. That is the worst. Like, talk about terrible RNG. Let's get that. University in 5 turns, good. University in 10 turns, good. Market could be good. Let's do that. And then, oh, we got 2 traders available there. Perfect. Okay. So, what I'll do is we'll do Bring you up. University is done. Perfect. So your university is done. We're at 200 science per turn. That is excellent. First navigation, circumnavigation of the world. That's even better. That'll help this city grow more. Okay.
No innovation in the
I mean, that is a ton of, like, the city has an absolute boatload of, you know, physical growth, but the problem is it just doesn't have a lot of anything that's of, like, really substantially high value. That's owned by Aachen. Let's go ahead and transfer that over and put down theater square there. That's going to be a +2 theater square. So bada bing, bada boom. Put that down. We'll put that back. And okay, so +3 right there is totally workable. So we'll go that. We'll delete the frigate for now. We don't really need it. We'll come back and get that going really once we have more stuff going, so that's not a problem. Let's get this chemistry in 7 turns. It's really going to be critical though for us. And let's pick up, man, it sucks not having Caguana. That does take away a lot of culture output, because I'm now like really properly pumping out culture. So that's good. That's gonna mean we've got what? 2 culture, 5 production, 2 foods. That's perfect. It's a really good tile. And then we'll go ahead and just pop ourselves, you know, a little art museum or something here. We'll pick that up. Keep you alerted. Still can't do anything with this guy. It's very annoying. Let's bring you east, have you ready so we can do some damage. 35 engineer points per turn, that's not too bad. So we are firmly in second place here, as I'd expect. More cities we continue to pick up. We're actually going to keep up with him almost, so there's a chance we could definitely actually get close to this. Man, I really would love this drought to just go away. Volcano becomes active. That actually means I'm not going to do anything with that. I would much rather not fuck with that, because if I put something there, that's just going to get destroyed. So there's absolutely no sense at all in putting that there. Go ahead, take you over here. Her navy is actually, like, these guys immediately could easily just dominate them, so it is tempting to want to do that just for the heck of it, but wouldn't really provide me really anything of benefit, so let's leave them to do their thing. Skip another turn, again.
I have filled the water.
So there's a wonder here. Let's go ahead and pick up open borders with you. That way we have some production, oh, not some production, we do have some, like, movement that we can get around there. Maybe there might be another city-state of use. There is another science city-state that would actually be really good, because that would boost our science output just a little bit more. We already have a good amount, but it would help us just that little bit more than we already have. I'm surprised this isn't getting power. This is close to this whole region here. I'm not sure why it's not. So please let me know. I hope this goes away. That way we can fix these tiles up. Finally! Now we can get these tiles back up and running, and we can really do something for a change. That was annoying. That was several turns of just nothing. That's very frustrating. Always built that. Stock exchange would be better. We could do a little bit more with that. And we also can go ahead and... I'd actually like to pick that up naturally. I don't want to spend the gold on that. Neither do I want to spend the gold on that as well. We are getting a good amount of great people points per turn in a lot of ways, so 70 points. Well, yeah, you're doing campus research grants, so that's why. We'll just buy the university here. Aid our science output a little bit more. And then we'll go ahead and pick that up, so that way we've got our overall growth tempo in that city a little bit more. We did get our lighthouse here, so we do have plenty more housing to work with, so we're okay there. Yes, we could pick that up, but I would actually rather pick up like a workshop here. It would just help our output just a little bit more. Now, let's see here. It's pretty damn good Hansa. Not very much else I can do to improve these ones. This stage of the game, I'll go ahead and just start bringing stuff up around here, and we'll just fill in some of these other tiles, and then we'll be about where we want to be on target. And then as we keep fixing up more and more of these, this will really boost us up as well. So we're okay. Because once these are all up and running, and then we get that fixed up as well, this will be really good, because that'll just give us a ton of food tempo that we didn't have before. See, we're back to positive food. That's a really good thing. You're still at war with Teddy, so I don't know if it's a good idea that you're giving me gold when you probably don't have, like, any. And there we go. The harbor is good to go. We'll pick that up. Okay, I'm not seeing any city-states yet. But we are getting close to picking up a golden age in the atomic era, which certainly is not a bad thing. Let's see here. So I have a couple options here. I would like to bring you here. And then that way I can go ahead and get that commercial hub here going. Commercial hub would be better because it would actually provide a little bit more in the way of production. So we're at 237 science per turn at turn 216, so it's way above my initial target. He's already kind of taken off with science. He is now... Okay, so he's built spaceports. We do need to now make a legitimate focus now at this stage. Okay, so we have another charge here. So that's actually a good thing. We can go ahead and actually find another city to put down an additional, additional charge for us to use. So that's good. We will probably put it down in the south here since we'll just have access to that. What we need to do is we need to get, before we end the episode, it's a long episode, I know, but before we end this episode, we really, absolutely, most critically more than anything else, we need to get a bunch of spies going. So any city that has a lot of production here, let's go ahead and just get a couple spies queued up. 3 turns. Let's get 2 of them here. Bada bing, bada boom. 42. Spy here, 6 turns. Boom. Another spy. And we're just going to ship every spy that we have towards the US and just hyper-focus on destroying anything of rocketry and also picking up science techs. If we can get disrupt rocketry as a level up, that would absolutely be very critical for us. We're 4 turns away from getting chemistry unlocked, so that's good. We're at 187 gold per turn. Also not bad for where we are. Could be a lot better though, of course. We'll go ahead. Let's get a spy started now. That way, just earlier tempo for it. And now that we have a lot of gold or science production here, we're just going to go ahead and continue to just keep working on it pretty heavily. The more that we do that, the better. If I chop this, that wouldn't be a bad chop. It would give us a little food, but... Because I would definitely want to get a commercial hub, and then just eventually save up enough gold to just outright buy out some of the stuff that we'll need, so that way we've got access to...
I only understand friendship.
Okay, so we have Scorched Earth. That's going to give us... that's not a bad one. We don't really need it anymore, though. It's already late enough in the game. And if we do want to consider getting builders out, or settlers out, we'll probably just do it from here and just settle a few more, cities just as a means to add more science value. If there's nothing for me to do in the city, it'll be to put down more settlers. So now, in this case, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and transport you to Nuremberg. Heidelberg, you're going to go ahead and take that. It's going to give you a nice little boost of production here. We have 2 more envoys. Good. So we're going to go ahead and put 2 more into that. That'll provide us a little bit more in the way of science. And a little bit here, because we'll be picking up some good bonuses soon here. Okay, so I'm not seeing too much else. All right, everyone. Go ahead and finish this up here. But thank you all for your time. This has been a lot of fun here. We're getting pretty far into our Germany run here. Remember, this is a very slow run to start, and now we've really picked up pretty heavily. We've got a lot of tempo going. We're making inroads against the AI. We're going to work towards the best case scenario, which is going to be getting all of these spies out and then stopping as effectively as possible Teddy Roosevelt's push for the science endgame here. Because as much as we can do that, as long as we do that, we will stop that aspect of the science victory, and we may actually be able to pull one off ourselves, depending on what we do. It's going to be a tough ask. It's going to be a lot of work, but if we can max out the amount of spies that we have, we can pull this off. Another great person here. Perfect. Go ahead and activate that. All right, everyone. You'll have a good one. Thank you for your time. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'll keep the content coming. All right. You'll have a good one. SpeeDMan out.